Hello and welcome to the Social Recruiting Show. I'm Katrina Collier. I speak, train and write about the use of social media for recruitment. I am, of course, joined by the gorgeous Audra Knight, who is an employer branding marketing genius. And what else am I meant to call you? You're just amazing.
Usually you call me a nerd.
Nerd. She's awesome. She does a lot of all sorts of stuff you don't want to know about. And today, super excited to have Alison Cruz joining us from Kforce, but more importantly, because of your fight spam. So thank you, and thank you for putting up with the technology problems.
Yeah. Alison, could you start by telling us some of the cool things you're doing at Kforce?
Oh, we've lost her.
No, am I gone?
No, you're good.
We can hear you, don't worry.
Oh God, okay. All right. Oh my gosh, my light. Okay. Sorry. So Kforce. So I'm on our digital strategy team and the head of social media at Kforce, which has been a really fun, challenging environment and role. I've loved it. I've been here. It'll be 3 years in March.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of I wear a lot of hats. So like employer branding, social media, any social component of any kind of talent acquisition campaigns that we do. But I also am responsible for all of the training, identifying social media training opportunities and then creating them, which I do here at home in my home office.
So you do them all online.
So who's got, out of you guys, who hasn't got a headset on?
I do.
I have my.
I can hear a male voice in the background. Oh, that might be you, Audra. Have I lost Audra?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can only hear you. I can't see you. No idea.
Oh no.
What are we going to do? Like with this technology fail? Seriously.
Well, I like the live chat. That's cool. Like I like how we can see our friends talking to us. That's neat.
Yeah. It's nice that they can ask questions, which is cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. No, everyone's there. I don't know if everyone can see us or not. Maybe they can let us know.
Yeah.
So how did you start off on your fight spam campaign? Because obviously that's the thing that we've all been chatting about loads of times, haven't we?
Yeah. Gosh, I'm trying to remember how it actually started. I think that it kind of formalized as like a movement, I guess you could say, when we started our Facebook group. So, and it hasn't just been me. I mean, there's been a lot of people, Steve Levy, and I mean, some people that are here, Jim Stroud and Mark, and all the people that showed up today. You know, it's a movement that's certainly not just driven by me, but anybody who is sick of recruiter spam, both of you, Audra, Katrina, and are actually doing something about it. I think it's one thing to like have sound bites or, speak at a conference or write a blog article, but like, what are we actually doing about it? So, I mean, our Facebook group, if anyone wants to join, it's open to anybody who, cares about this. And it's just #FightSpam on Facebook. But, we let off a little steam by like, sharing messages that drive us crazy. And then, talking about it. But also, what I really want it to be about is just, what are we going to do about it? Action. So, what is it, training? Is it a problem with leadership? Is it a problem with culture? Is it a problem with the metrics that we use? Is it a problem with how many recs we assign recruiters? But just getting to the bottom of these problems and actually doing something about it is what I'm passionate about.
And you speak about it too.
Yeah.
You speak about it too, right? Have you started speaking about it at conferences as well?
Yes. So the last conference I was at, was SourceCon, and I presented with Glenn Cathy, because him and I, and I'm sorry with my lighting, I think we're getting a storm or something. I don't know. Anyways, but we presented our case study so basically we created a mandatory effective messaging training program for our recruiters to take. And we did that because, do you want me to tell the story?
Yeah.
Really quick. Okay. So what we did
you can say whatever you want.
Oh wow, it's awesome. Okay.
That's free reign.
Well, and I hope that like this is valuable to people to listen to too, because I'm not on the training team, and I found something that I was really passionate about, and I went out and I created something, and yeah, I'm proud of that, because I could have sat back and thought, that's not my job, or worried about stepping on people's toes, because we do have a training team, and our training team is awesome. They're phenomenal, but I just found something that I was really passionate about, and got leadership buy-in, and that was the key. So let me start at the beginning. What Glenn and I and some others were noticing is that we had a messaging problem. So probably a lot of people listening to this, they might look around and think they have a messaging problem too, meaning messages that are sent out to our candidates that are bland, they're cookie cutter, they're not customized. Maybe we're sending, director of IT positions to, an entry level type of candidate. So maybe they're irrelevant. Maybe we're sending, jobs in locations that are far from the candidate, and we have no reason to believe they might want to relocate. Or sometimes maybe they actually say on our LinkedIn profile, I'm not open to relocating. We still send them a job where they'd have to relocate anyways. So not paying attention to what we're seeing online first, not doing any sort of research, and just blasting it out. And then of course, spam, sending repeated messages to the same person over and over again without any kind of response back, and just spamming the hell out of them.
It's a problem with technology in a way. It's kind of made us all a bit lazy.
The bulk emails.
Yeah, the ability to just do that keyword search and spam. And, it used to work because people used to respond, but now it's like, no, the intolerance level has gone down so much. I mean, I always quote that amazing email that was sent by that Google recruiter. And, it took the guy 10 months to open it. And it was a pretty damn cool email, in my opinion. He'd obviously gone to quite a lot of trouble. There was a typo in it and stuff. But he'd gone to so much trouble to write that email. And 10 months later, the guy finally sees it. And you're just like, God, there's a problem here. I think I'll be teaching people how to pick the phone up. I'll be with Maureen going, this is how you use the phone. And really personalize it with everything you find.
Right.
So,
right.
Praise. You're getting lovely praise down here about your SourceCon presentation.
Oh, hey, thanks,
really
guys.
sweet.
Yeah.
If you click on, I don't know if you can see the chat. You should be able to see the chat.
Oh, nice. Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, I really, that was probably one of my favorite conference presentations ever, because you're right. Michael Townsend said, it was more of a conversation than a presentation, and that works better. I think so too. I mean, that's what Glenn and I really wanted, is to have something that was just interactive. And, Glenn's been my mentor for a while now. And one thing that he taught me with conferences and even just building PowerPoints is, you're taking people on a journey with you. And if you can get them to think, that's a win. And so that's something that I challenge myself. Like if I do any kind of conference presentations, I need to be speaking from the heart, speaking from experience, and talking about tactical things that people can take home and do. I think talking about theory is awesome, but really getting down to, okay, what can each individual in the audience start doing now, help them, help just generate a conversation. So anyways, thank you so much for the feedback. But
it's exciting to hear that, because I'm keynoting in March, which is like terrifying and so exciting, because I remember seeing you keynote the first time and being like, I want to do that, I want to be up there. No, I'm going to. But I was at an employee engagement event yesterday, and because I've got the post-lunch slump spot, which is perfect for me because I'm so high energy, and I was like, how am I going to wake them up? How am I going to wake them up? And this woman, I'm not going to share because it would be giving it away, but she did this amazing thing, which will be, I can translate into sending a blank email and sending one that's really personalized, but it will really, like you're saying, get them thinking, get them up, get them moving. And I'm so excited. Can't wait. It's going to be fun. Actually, I might do that at SRSC as well.
Yay,
if I can somehow wangle that into an Instagram presentation.
You can do anything, Katrina. Do it. Yeah.
Hey, this has nothing to do with it, but let's go over here and do this. Yeah, I can't wait. And I think that the ones that are memorable and the ones that create the biggest impact, like your group, it's so engaging, it's so back and forth. It's when we get the opportunity to do that. So.
And the Facebook group's awesome because people are really participating. And I love when there's like friendly disagreements. I think people are pretty respectful in the group. We're not trying to shoot people down. And, yeah. Anyways, I think it's a great conversation. I love that group.
I've noticed as well that how much more the Facebook groups are growing all the time, as everyone's just merging off that other unsocial site, which is about to kill itself fully.
Yeah.
That's another conversation, though.
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic.
I have a good question, Alan.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I have a question. So LinkedIn kind of, with its recruiter accounts, it promotes these easy to use bulk emails. Do you think they could ever be successful in any way, or do you think it's just 100% no to those types?
Bulk emails or bulk messages from LinkedIn?
Sorry, bulk in-mails. Yeah.
Either.
They have a template, and then they can put your name. I mean, do you think just absolutely never, or do you think there's some instances for some kind of role that would make sense?
Depends on the role, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It would have to be where there's a surplus of people for that to actually work.
Or maybe not very highly skilled.
Just a surplus of people. I'll go with that. Then I won't offend anybody. But, if you've got...
Okay.
I can't even think of one now.
Well, like maybe customer service or something
where there are lots of people in customer service. Mind you, that to get good customer service people, you'd want to headhunt them out. But yeah, I guess it's where there's just volume as opposed to, engineers and nurses and doctors and all that kind of stuff in such high demand that you've got to go the extra mile.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So
I agree and kind of, well, I don't know that I disagree. I can never disagree with you, Katrina. I don't disagree with you.
Disagree. I'm happy with that.
I know that I need to be careful with saying that any kind of spammy message is okay for any demographic. And I know that's not what you're saying. But I'm saying when we have these conversations, we just have to be careful that okay, sending a template non-customized message to somebody at a lower level in their career is okay, but someone, sending it to somebody who's higher level. And I know that's not what you're saying, but some people have said that to me before, oh, if it's entry level, who cares? Spam the hell out of them. Well, no, I think everybody agrees.
But I think Audrey was saying, is it okay to use a template sometimes? So
I think it is.
Sometimes, yes, but at least slightly personalized, not just hi Audrey, I know you're in marketing, but you want this engineering job. More like, at least it's suited to your skill set, but it mightn't be as, like that guy from Google was amazing and he got out the neon cat costumes and all this kind of stuff and talking like a pirate and things like that. He went to huge effort.
Well, and I got one the other day that was super customized too. And obviously the person read my entire LinkedIn profile and was looking at the tweets because they were hitting on things that were only on Twitter and then only on LinkedIn. And I just thought it was awesome. And it was a sales pitch. It was a cold email to me. And I shared it with my team because I'm like, this is really customized. We don't need their service, but man, is this good.
But it still didn't work.
So I'm just seeing all this shit going on down the side here. What are you two up to? I'm with Katrina rubbish. Go away. That was meant to be a love heart. Got that around the wrong way.
That's fun. I like that hashtag. Oh, so one thing on templates before we move on to something else. And so I am not anti-template, and that's something that I'm telling anybody during training. It's not about being anti-template. It's about being anti-non-customized template. Yeah. So I think that's where Audrey, just going back to your question, that's where I kind of will draw the line. Yes, you can have a template, and I think that for many recruiters, a template's necessary. They're doing this, very high volume. They've got 30 recs on their plate. They've got a lot of messages that they need to send out on a daily basis. That's fine, but you can leave at least 3 parts. I say 3 is kind of a good minimum to aim for. Have 3 parts that are customized. So with a template, you can still customize a template. It's just when it's a template with 0 customization that I have a problem with.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool. That makes sense.
Just take a moment. It's just a moment.
Make sure it's targeted.
I'm trying to think. Actually, you wouldn't have seen this one, Alison. I don't think. I did it at Recruit GC, but I don't think I did it at SRC, where I used all the Chrome extensions to map across. And I actually started at Facebook and worked out that this girl's boyfriend was in hospital. And it took me seconds. And I actually ended up on Snapchat to work that out. But it was seconds to get to that point. Whereas if I'd made contact with her, and highly sought after, female software engineer working in amazing companies, if I'd made contact then, she would never have answered or never have been interested. Whereas you know, you just take that extra bit of time, and it
Right.
is only a couple of extra moments. So.
Well,
What's
and
Jim
like you
written?
said,
His
we've got
band
tools
template.
now.
Hi, first name. Do you know how cool Audrey is? I'm sure you do. This is why we're watching this show. Sincerely,
Good job, Jim. A+. That's great,
Jim.
Jim.
I'm heartbroken
but
over
yeah.
this thing. It's also.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you missed
Jim,
that,
are you
right?
going to be at SRSC?
Yes.
I want to know who's going to be. Jim is going to be at SRSC too?
Oh,
And all three of us.
we all are.
You guys are. Okay, good. Oh, SRSC. So what I'm doing for the first time is moderating a panel. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I moderate and
Oh,
Can you
I
tell me who's
moderate.
going to be on it?
No, I don't have panelists. So here's my open casting call. I need panelists. Or it's going to
So
be
what's
me,
the
and that's not a
panel on?
panel. So so it started with a conversation last SRSC January, San Francisco, and it's about recruiters being themselves online and not
Oh.
having a separate account. And Katrina, I know you're all over that. I know, like that. Oh, so maybe you could be.
I'm
on
trying
my
to flash the
panel.
hand that I haven't picked the nails on. Yeah, please. I would love to be on that panel because
And
I know
I
it'd be fun.
it's
I
something.
vote for Jason Seiden.
What?
I vote for Jason Seiden.
Oh yeah, Jason and I are already talking about it because this is his.
he the
he
pro-personal
coined the whole
guy?
term. Pro-personal, yeah, and
Yeah.
that's how the conversation started. Is like, okay, you know, a lot of recruiters will ask me like, hey, should I set up a separate account for on Twitter for professional? And I'm like,
Yeah.
no,
Oh,
don't do that. That's well, okay. I'm a moderator. I'm not supposed to, I guess, see any of
No,
that.
no,
Anyway, I have my. I don't know.
No,
I don't
I'm
know how
sure.
to do this
Actually,
moderator thing.
I'm sure Jim would agree with me. I mean, we've both been moderators, and you can have an opinion. That's fine.
Okay.
You can
All
lead
right.
the conversation whatever way you want. It's your panel. You can do what you want. But it's really funny because it's the number one thing that I'm asked all the time.
Really?
The only thing I say now is actually with Facebook, in case you get blocked, if you're going to use the messaging platform, you may want to have a separate account.
that's
Just in case somebody blocks you. But otherwise, I'm all about just be yourself and just, you know, make sure you lock down
Yeah.
anything that you don't want, you know, drunken photos and stuff, but to be seen. But
Plus, who's going to follow a Facebook account for a recruiter that's just posting jobs only? It's just their
Well, the
business.
same-
yeah, but I don't mean follow. I mean for sourcing and messaging. I don't mean,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
big difference. Yeah. But I just mean it would be really bad if you got blocked because, you know, I messaged Alison and she didn't like it, so she blocked me. And then suddenly I'm blocked full stop on my own personal account would be really bad.
Oh, I
But other
see.
than that, I'm all about one account because it's just too much. And, you know, we know that Black Cat gets you business. I know the dogs have got me business. Currently, they're making a lot of noise behind me, so I hope you can't hear them.
Oh, I can't.
My dog's old. She's asleep in the other room. But I've never seen a professional account, recruiter's account, that was any good because it just turns into a spam bot
Yeah.
for me. I mean, it's all one-sided, one-dimensional.
Yeah, message candidates as the company page. No, Jim, I would never do that because that gets away from the whole people-to-people business.
And then what if your company page got
Interesting.
blocked?
Yeah, but
That'd be
like,
really
why
bad.
would I want to have a random message from Kforce? You know, how many recruiters in?
Versus Allison.
How would I know who it was? You know?
Well, yeah, but there's okay, so I'm not sure. I wish Jim could call in. He can't call in, can he?
I can add him if you want me to add him. Are you,
Well,
Jimmy, you
wants to.
dressed if I called you in?
I know I put on earrings just for this. I don't usually. I work from
Oh,
home, so I don't usually wear fancy earrings until the end of the day. You know, when I go out.
I
But
can't
yeah,
see
Jim-
you guys at all, by the way, so I have no idea if you're on screen or not.
You can't see us.
I imagine that's my Wi-Fi, so I'll find out when I get the recording.
Yeah, we can see it perfectly.
Okay. I would say it's my Wi-Fi.
Mhm.
Can we talk about something? I think this is interesting, and I want to hear what you have to say. Okay, so just looking at the chat. All right. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't think anyone really has time to effectively manage 2 social media platforms. No, I don't think somebody can effectively do that. I haven't seen it. I'd love to be proven wrong on that, and maybe I will at SRSC during the panel. I would love that. So, as far as like managing, so let me tell you a story about like the Kforce Facebook page. So, so now we have the option, you know, when you're an admin, like on a company page, you can respond to a comment privately. You can message that person from like your company, so from your brand. And I think that is okay in some cases. And I think in other cases, when you want that personal touch, you can, like, I will say this. Hi, this is Allison, and I manage social media at Kforce. I would like to help you. So yes, I'm using Kforce to respond back to that person, but I'm saying I'm naming who I am, and my team does the same thing. Hi, I'm so-and-so. I'm on the social media team. I want to help you. So it's not just this ambiguous logo responding to somebody who's upset or has a question or something, or even a compliment, but it's, you can name who you are. The other thing that I've done recently on Twitter, and I have no idea if other like social media managers are doing this or not. I would be really curious to find out. But like sometimes when somebody's really heated on Twitter and maybe they're very offensive towards Kforce, I will actually log out of Twitter from Kforce, and I'll log in as myself, and I will respond to them as Allison. And I kind of put myself on the line a little bit because they could completely cuss me out and tell me off. That hasn't happened yet, but I'll just approach them like, hey, you know, I'm responding as Allison. I hear that you're upset. Can I please put you in touch, you know, with our HR team, and so they can help. And our HR team is amazing. I mean, they jump right. They are so empathetic, you know, to people who have a complaint. So yeah, I mean, that's interesting. I don't know, again, if other people are doing that. I know that's not the topic of the show, but I think it helps.
Can I tell you one that I just found mind-blowing? I had a meeting with Reward Gateway on Monday, and their CEO answers every single Glassdoor complaint himself, or every comment, every review, all of them himself, because he worked out that they all get an email from him. So no matter how anonymous it is, if he replies, they get an email from him. And I was just like, wow, that is mind-blowing that he can take that time out to do that.
I've heard of that. Yeah. That's genius. I love it.
Yeah, I just absolutely love it. And I do think that there needs to be more of that going on. I absolutely love a question here from Michael, or comment. What about starting a message with, hey, Allison? I feel like he's out to annoy us both. That's brilliant.
I think that'd be okay for Allison, wouldn't it?
No, I think Allison's with me on the haying, isn't she?
You can hay me anytime.
No haze. No haze.
No haze. I hate it.
Well, I'm traditional. I think it's too casual. He knows that. He's just teasing. But I obviously don't know how to use this chat because I just responded twice.
It doesn't matter. But I mean, I have to laugh, Michael, because I put it out so often that I will auto delete any email that starts with a hey, which isn't actually true. I scan it and then I delete it. But you're on the back foot when you do that. But Karen Azalea took me so seriously, and she's like, I know you didn't read up on this product because they started with a hey, Katrina. I'm like, no, of course I read it. I just deleted it. Bless her. Okay, so Jim has got a question here. How do you argue with hiring managers who think a high emails is better than sending a few personalized quality emails? Ooh.
That's a good question. You know, can I answer that? What we do actually is we just show them like the math. I mean, really, we show them the math. And so one of the things that like Glenn or I have done is we will go through, and actually I showed this kind of funnel at SourceCon. I can't share my screen, I don't think. But anyways, I can just tell you what it's.
No, you'd need a plugin installed to be able to do that right now.
Oh, that's okay. But what it is, I can just describe it. So what it is like, we'll have like how many contact attempts you are starting out with, right? And so for the hiring manager who's like, yeah, you better be sending, 100 emails a day or something like that. I'm just picking a random number. Okay, great. 100 emails that are all spammy and non-customized. So let's say your response maybe is 10%. So that's how many people are responding. That doesn't mean that they are interested in the job or hearing what you have to say. And then from there, even if they're interested, they might not be the best fit, and they might not turn into a hire. So if you take them through that funnel of like, start with how many people you're messaging, take your response rate, how many responded, how many are actually a fit, and then how many turn into hires, then it's like, well, that's not really effective. You're wrong. And I think just leading with data is a smart move in many cases. Good question, Jim. That's what I have to say. What do you guys think?
Love it.
I agree. I think it's all about the quality. Always. I mean, I haven't hands-on recruited for a while, but I'd be after the right person. I wouldn't be messaging anybody. But to be honest, I'd call because I'm old school. I'd pick the phone up. Something about no messages, ring them up. Much quicker response rate, to be fair.
Yeah.
Also, if a hiring manager is that like controlling and not trusting of how you're doing your process, you might have a bigger issue. So, Like,
Right.
maybe trust me to do my job. Maybe
Yeah.
there's a big.
Yeah.
I agree.
Erin's just given you exactly, Audra.
That's a
Yeah.
good point.
Here. Erin's here. Yay. Actually, I have one for you, which came up. So I spoke at the Executive Research Association at some point earlier in the week. Let's go with that. And they had the issue where they will come up with 2 or 3 perfect people, and the hiring manager asks for more people. And that
That's
I
just
think
about hiring.
yeah. When you've got this kind of a marketplace, which is in my opinion, candidate driven, what do you do? Like, how do you resolve that problem? That's crazy.
It was
That's big.
remember Jackie was saying she'll give them one person and she'll say that's the one. And if it's not, come back to me. But you need to trust that I try, start with that one, because I think
Know what I'm doing. Actually, yeah, and that's probably exactly what Erin was just saying as well. Jim, don't be rude. God, I wish I could slap Jim. I want to bring Jim on now, just to see if he's sitting there naked. Someone tell that guy in the background with a deep voice to
Yeah.
there's no
Janet, who is that? I think that's someone in your background. Is there some random man in your room, Katrina, talking?
No, he's upstairs, and there are dogs, and that's it. And he's not.
It's the ghost of SRSC.
Aren't you at a conference, Audra?
Yeah,
It's probably the conference noise behind you.
could be. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, if you've got plugins, you probably can't hear it. So it's not me, so Jim. Brilliant. So what's next with your Fight Spam campaign? What are your plans for it?
The light. Oh, that was God chiming in. Sorry.
It was
I
the
think
ghost.
it's happening. Like, oh my gosh. I think I want to see action. Like, what I'd like to do is survey different people. And I don't know, I think that effective messaging could sit with a number of different groups inside organizations.
Yeah.
I think that, what I'm seeing is more talk about employee advocacy. And I think that employee advocacy has a tie-in to candidate outreach. So what are we doing to support recruiters and sourcers as they contact candidates? Are we providing training? Are we providing a environment where they can learn a different? Are we teaching them, or are third-party vendors teaching them? So I will tell you, and I'm not trying to knock on LinkedIn, Katrina. I'm not trying to knock on them. But what I'm saying is that I learned how to bulk message from a LinkedIn rep. When I first got a LinkedIn recruiter seat, to bulk message, I learned how to use that clipboard feature. And that we were turned over to our LinkedIn rep. Our LinkedIn rep trained the whole sourcing team, and I was an excellent spammer. Meaning I did it all the time. I did it every day, and I had a heavy rec load when I was a recruiter. At a large household name brand, and I just spammed the hell out of people. And I learned that from LinkedIn. Now, I'm not blaming LinkedIn. I'm just saying we need to be very careful when third parties train our recruiters and we don't know what is being taught. That's it can be very dangerous, because they might have different goals than we do. They might not be thinking about our brand the way that we are. So we need to be very careful and cautious about that. Yeah. And so what are we doing? So I don't know if it sits with the training team, if it sits with recruiting leadership, if it sits with employer branding or employee advocacy type of professionals. Yeah. But I'm just interested, what are we doing? And so I think that's for the Fight Spam movement. I mean, that we can talk and we can, blow off steam by making fun of messages that we get. That's great. And I think, fine, as long as I think anonymizing that is important, so I'm not really into the public shaming. I think let's anonymize messages if we're going to ridicule them.
Which is all right until you get the likes of us. So I did that with somebody, posted it on there, and he then immediately shared their LinkedIn profile right underneath. And he thought, I'm like, don't do that, you cheeky monkey. I deliberately knew it was. I know you're a sourcing guru, but don't do that. It's interesting that you made the point about employee advocates, because I've been talking to a lot of employee engagement people that work within big blue chips. And one in particular who's just come out of some projects in the rail sector was saying it's all well and good to make our employees allowed to share stuff out to social media to help recruit, but who's teaching them what to do. Not so much stifling them, but like if you're going to give them a camera and say, hey, take a video, do they know what they're doing? And it comes back to what you're saying, because that could become spam itself as well. Hi, Jason. What's going on here? Alison's not listening to me. She's too busy typing.
Yeah.
I've lost her.
I'm chatting with the people.
Talk to the people. Read out what they say and answer so we can hear you.
Yeah, you're right. That's better. So we were just talking about, okay, so Michael brought up a good point. He said, I think companies are putting quantity of messages above quality. You can teach how to reach out to candidates. There isn't enough training for recruiters, especially on the corporate side. I mean, I came from the corporate side. I agree with you. You know, unfortunately, there just isn't. And for companies maybe that hire a lot of people, you know, straight out of college, this is their first job. They're learning everything. They're learning how to write a proper email. They're learning how to use their
got the background noise.
It's here. There's
Is it you?
Yeah, but I can't really. There's nowhere to go.
Can you mute yourself until you talk, maybe?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. I can barely hear Alison. Sorry.
Got a little bit louder.
Sorry, I missed that last little bit.
Aaron said maybe hold your mic, Audra, instead, and then
I don't even know where the mic is. It's in my laptop.
It's on your headset.
Oh, you can turn your mic off above our screen. It says mic is on. I think you can turn your mic off until you talk.
Oh, okay. I'll do that.
Yeah, sorry, honey.
Okay.
So I missed the last bit of what you said, Alison.
That's better. Thanks, Audra. What was I saying? What was I saying?
I don't know. What was she saying? Somebody say what she said. I couldn't hear you.
Somebody put it in the chat. What was I saying? We were talking about
Michael.
We were talking about new hires.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, new hires. That's right. New hires maybe that are entry level. That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
They're just entering our profession. They're just entering it. So we know, there's not really any entry. There's not a degree in recruiting. There's not really any entry level. I'm blanking on the words. People say it so eloquently, and now I can't think about how to say it.
But there's no. You mean like training or guidance, or this is what you do?
Right. You can just fall into it. I mean, last week, you were bartending and now you're a recruiter. And when you come in, some organizations have little to no training. Some have really great training programs. But even the great training programs, they might not have training on candidate experience and candidate approach and all of that. And so I think that these, I'm seeing new I get contacted by like employer branding and now employer advocacy jobs that are brand new, so I'll get contacted by these. And so I'm kind of really curious about what is an employee advocacy? Is it like training? Are they going to be responsible for training? Because I think we just need more people in organizations to actually do something about this and not just keep talking about it. Actually do something about it.
Oh God, when your dog chokes your headset. Sorry, it's coming up for dog walk time, so they're getting restless. So yeah, we can't call them blood dog anymore. Gosh. It's been ruined, Audra. So, but I guess it's like that thing, we've got the CIPD here and you've got SHRM there, and there is just nothing for recruitment, or what has appeared isn't very professional, which doesn't help.
No.
Do you think that will change ever?
Don't know. Alison's answering in the side channel. Licensed recruiters, so that is interesting. I mean, it's like when I was speaking at the Executive Research Association, so I hadn't really realized. I thought these guys were straight into HR, exec research. But it was quite a shock to hear that. So the hiring manager passes on the job requirement, HR passes it on to the research consultancies, and then they go out to these people. So it's sort of like by the time it's been translated on, it's a completely different job anyway. And there's no control. And all I kept thinking was, these are the people. It's the people running the company. And it's like an afterthought. Recruitment still seems to be this afterthought, and I just don't understand why. It's mad.
I feel like that is changing a little, though. You're seeing more about how C-suite is realizing, the impact on the just overall cost and corporate brand is slowly, I feel like, changing, and they're realizing.
Yeah, you need to like hit it where it hurts for them, you know? So I mean, like if you're talking to you know, your chief marketing officer, you know, talk about how this bad messaging impacts the brand. You know, if you're talking to your director of recruitment, talk about how it hurts your employer brand. So I think it's just being strategic on how you're approaching executives and decision makers and speaking their language about, you know, what they care about day to day. What do they think about when they wake up in the morning, and then focusing on that. So there's some psychology behind it.
Yeah. Do you think that there's, I mean, particularly from a social media point of view, such a huge divide though between the C-suite and the digital generation, and which can be any age group, those that have embraced digital and those that haven't? And it's funny, I keep having these conversations about the more transparent the world's becoming, the more important I think it is that the exec suite finally get on board, but I'm just not sure they're ever going to. It might be different agency world though.
Yeah, I think some people won't. You know, some people are just afraid. You know, maybe they're fearful. They don't know what to say. But that again, that's where these new employee advocacy professionals like I want them to do this, you know. I want them to I think this should be part of their job description. Take the person who is the most fearful of using social media and will not get on board, and you work with that person, you mentor that person, you take time with that person. Otherwise, if it's just fluff, like why do we have these jobs then? You know, why create these jobs and these employee advocacy professionals and pay them a lot of money if they're not going to change even the most resistant person? I don't know. It was my 2 cents. I think that's what they should be doing.
You, an employee advocate, is somebody who teaches your employees to be pro social media.
All employees, the C-suite, the intern.
To me, the employee advocates are the people within your company who are already bought in. And there's clearly a translation across the pond thing going on again, but they're the people who are already fans of your company and want to share how great the company is.
Oh, that would be an easy job, wouldn't it? Isn't that an easy job if people are already bought in? I mean, that's great.
No. But where then I think there's a shortage is, so it's all well and good to go, okay, Alison, you're all for Kforce, you're all about advertising them, but do you know how to do that? Like, go out to social media and do, like, you could be sitting there going, okay, yeah, I love the company. I still think they need some guidance in, you know, if you're going to do a video of a day in the life of, you know, make sure you say, and our jobs are here, or, you know, this is why I love working here, or I don't know if there's any guide, not telling them what to say, but just giving them some guidance of if you're going to help with the recruitment this way.
And I'd love to see, I want to know more about that. Like, that's really intriguing to me. So like what physically, what are people doing? You know, so I know of a couple examples. I know what I'm doing at Kforce. You know, I'm sending content twice a week to people that want to share content on their social networks. They can choose to share it or not. That's one thing. I know that Celinda had tweet sheets, I think she called them, that, you know, that she was sending out, and she talked about that at a conference. So I want to know more about that. Like, and that goes back to fight spam. Like, what are we doing about it? Like, talking about it's great. What are people doing about it?
So I mean, I love the hashtags, like CA Technologies have their hashtag, and they really encourage people to use that by actually presenting it to them. There's lots of companies doing that and reposting, but then that's really just photos more than anything else. But I still think that employee generated content is just going to become really big. We've got comments going on down the side here as well. Obviously, a few comments about Banjo. And did you know that Erin's dog is called Alison?
Oh, great name.
So what have we got here? Michael said, I would think brand awareness and marketing would greatly benefit from C-suite executives being active on the social pages. Michael, you and I clearly need to have a chat. I want to know how to get them to do that. And then Erin's written an interesting point on this topic. I went online to sell my company on how our benefits were awesome and that they're actually paying me, paying me this time around for my medical because I met our Wellness Points initiative. However, they wanted me to censor it and made it sound so corporate, so I didn't even post it. Yeah, it's got to be genuine, hasn't it?
Hey, Alison, so you don't use a vendor for that, right? You basically manually give them ideas, that type of thing. Is that what you were saying? Yeah, that's what I do too. And it was interesting. Speaking of spam, I did do a demo of a couple vendors, and there were some really cool things about them for sure. But one thing I was really worried about is the spam aspect, because basically I would write the tweet, and it was maybe for an event, and they would set it up so that all the recruiters, all the employees, whoever could just hit a button and it would all go out. problem is it's the same tweet with the same hashtag. So if it's
At
an
the same time.
event, yeah, if it's an event, people are like, what the hell is this? Like, so that I was concerned about spam when it comes to using a vendor, and even mine. That's why I really try and say, here's some suggestions, mix it up. But then there's a time issue, but it's definitely a challenge to not make it spammy.
Yeah.
It is.
Or you have that thing where a certain rather well-known blog will come out and everybody, I'll have a run in my Twitter feed of everybody has just shared the exact same blog post. It's the same kind of thing, isn't it? But you're also talking about like conference hashtag hijacking, as I call it, which is even worse.
That could really ruin the brand if you're, depending on the
Yeah.
conference. Like we do cybersecurity conferences, and those guys are not impressed.
No, if suddenly up you guys pop using the hashtag going, hey, want a job? No, it's not going to go down well. Not going to go down well.
No, it's disruptive. I can't stand that. You know, like I'm thinking about, SourceCon or SRSC, and people are live tweeting their takeaways and having conversations while somebody is speaking, and I love that. I mean, that's one of my favorite things about the conference is all of the conversations related to the topics, and that's how I learn. That's what I love about conferences. So when you've got somebody that's like, hey, stop by my booth, and da 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 da, or hey, and it's just like you're not in the conversation. You're just trying to interrupt us. Go away. But I mean,
love the Twitter back channel at conferences. It's just the best.
And I love it. And I think, I don't know, I just think that there's a way that people can do it, that vendors and exhibitors can do it without being like, hey, I'm obviously not listening to your conversation, but I'm just going to interrupt it. Look at me, I'm over here. Because that just irritates people. And
it's probably scary.
Only person that should be doing that is Alison on stage. Look at me, look at me, look at me. You don't have Kath.
I know, I want all the attention when I'm on.
Actually, Audrey, do you know Kath and Kim? No.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I'll have to share it with you. It's an Australian thing. It's all like, look at me, look at me, look at me. I'll share it later.
Yeah.
You'll get it later. Yeah. Bless.
Yeah, Jim was talking about it could always be worse. Some people were spamming risque content during SourceCon. I know, and we complained to Twitter about that because there was like porn in the SourceCon chat, which is really weird.
I got porn in my Snapchat last night. That was a shock. It was a really normal name, and I followed them back, and I suddenly went, "Whoa, that's block."
That's gross.
At least it was Snapchat, nobody knew. But yeah, what a shock. Oh, okay. So, it's moving too fast.
Okay, wait, Peter. Are you there with Peter?
Just got a call from a recruiter confirming shortlisting to interview. I thought I'd get disconnected from you lot when I pick up. Nope, I had 3 of you and the recruiter in my headphones. I'm sure that you'll get hired on that basis.
Funny.
So, okay.
Where is Pete? Pete just tweeted, or he liked a tweet, but he's not here.
He is here.
He is?
Apparently.
No, Pete Radloff. Is he here?
Oh, no, I haven't seen Pete at all.
Huh.
No, this was Peter, I don't know how you say it, Hayros. He's here in the UK.
Guys, at one of the conferences I was at, I thought this was so funny. It was a cybersecurity one. So they had a big screen up, and it was showing everyone that was on the Wi-Fi, the pictures on their phone. I thought that was interesting, because you should know better than to be at that kind of conference and have be on the Wi-Fi. So if you were on the Wi-Fi, they were hacking into your phone.
No.
But I mean, if you're at that kind of conference, you should know better than to be on the Wi-Fi. I thought it was interesting.
So is it? Oh, wow. Okay. That's really interesting. I mean, I often use my 4G anyway because it's faster. Wow. I mean, I know with Jim and I, when we were at SOSU Amsterdam, so the one last year, the summit in Amsterdam, one of the guys set up a fake Wi-Fi on purpose to get people to sign up and give their email addresses over, which was quite clever, but nowhere near as clever as hacking into someone's. That's bad.
You guys are funny.
The funny thing was there was like a pet conference next door, so we were getting all theirs too, and they didn't know better.
That's really cool. Very cool. So are you going to put together some more training then, I take it? Because we've already discussed about your messaging training. I take it it's now going to step beyond that.
Yeah, I just did a training.
Sorry?
I just created a training. Are you saying am I creating more training?
Yeah, more, because obviously we've already heard about your messaging one, which just seems crazy it's needed, but obviously it is, because we've all forgotten how to talk to people.
Well, and I created a social media academy over a year ago,
Yeah.
and had there's I don't know 700-800 people I think certified at Kforce that took that training. But I'm refreshing it all because it's social media training, so the darn thing had such a short shelf life. All my screenshots are old now, and so yeah, I'm redoing my social media academy. But I'm also I just finished a LinkedIn profile optimization training that looks at branding and SEO as it relates to the LinkedIn profile because we love LinkedIn, our industry, and so it's important that we have whatever our feelings are about just LinkedIn as a whole, it still I think remains a very important social channel for our industry.
But
and
are they on free accounts?
Yeah, free accounts. So just
you
your
realize
LinkedIn
all the
profile.
media is going. So they're about to remove. My understanding is they're about to lose advanced search and any media. So any photographs, any YouTube links, any.
No way.
Yeah.
Free accounts?
No, I had not heard
Yeah.
that.
So if you read my blog that I put out this morning, which was meant to be a how to find the personalized invite thing on the app. That's what it started about, and then I just pulled this crap up, and I just went off and had a rant instead. But they're removing the free accounts. So remembering that the people we recruit tend to have a free account because they're not recruiters, marketers, salespeople, entrepreneurs.
Yep.
So they're taking away the last bit of anything decent that they could have, and so they're not going to go on there. It's like that's all. I'm just wondering, Alison, if they're all using free accounts and you've just said, hey, go and add some photos up or add some video up. It's like it mightn't be there shortly. So
but their LinkedIn, are you saying their LinkedIn profile is still going to be there though?
Right.
But
they're taking away the rich media bits though. So if they were adding, this is what a photo of the office is like, this is our team, or all the stuff that makes your profile really lovely. Apparently that's still going, and I just think
that's really odd.
Lost the plot. Like no wonder their usage is so low.
You know what though? In some cases it's going to work because I have a free account and I'll have to upgrade. I'll be pissed, but I'll have to do it.
See, I think if you are recruiting from it and it is bringing success to have the minimum premium account, sure. But my understanding is they're about to take a whole load of stuff away from that as well. So I'm like, well, hang on a minute. What am I now paying for? 15 emails a month that I don't use? Like, what am I actually getting by paying for it? Thankfully, I'm on a really old one that's like £20 a month. I have no idea what that is, $25 or something. But, if I kept taking stuff away from my clients or Kforce kept taking stuff away from clients the way that LinkedIn does, we would leave. Yet we all stay, and I don't get it. So thank you, Peter. I'm glad somebody read my blog post this morning. I think that was 3 of you.
I'm going to read it.
I'm lying. No, seriously, it's been quite well read, actually. I'm being quite rude. I'm just joking. I don't expect you to have seen it. My God.
I read it. The advanced search is going away too, which I hate.
Yeah, but they're doing something stupid with the Recruiter Lite with Boolean. So Recruiter Lite is about 80 quid here. I don't know what it is there, $150, I guess.
A lot cheaper than Recruiter, like a 8.
But Recruiter Lite, none of your Chrome extensions work on Recruiter Lite. And the other scary part is you're putting all of your search information and all of your projects over into LinkedIn. So if you ever downgrade, you lose it all. So I'm always like, get the minimum premium account and use something like Hello Talent instead. So you're not reliant on a network that can just take stuff away. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's not going to change. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. I mean, a lot of recruiters I talk to, they don't want to use Facebook or Twitter anyways. They want to just use LinkedIn. And so, Honestly, okay, right.
I don't see how that will still be the case in 12 months' time. If they have not, I can't believe that they're so, to me, that's naive. There's 465 million profiles on there, and there's 106 million people that go on once a month. And that's it. And of those, they're recruiters, they're sales, they're marketers, they're entrepreneurs. So if you're not recruiting them,
right.
But
I'm just surprised at how many recruiters they just will not use Facebook. They will not use Facebook for work. They will not use Twitter. They won't. So they're using LinkedIn.
It's really funny because I get that as well. And I'm speaking at this conference in Romania and they're all going, one of the girls raised that point. I won't do it, blah, blah, blah. By the time I had finished my 1 hour, I had about 7 or 8 friend requests. And it's like, okay, that's really funny. So these are all HR bods within that room.
Mhm.
And you're kind of going, okay, so none of you want to use, but you've just all added me. Not on LinkedIn, on Facebook. So I don't know.
Yeah. Do you know there's a so in Recruiters Online, the Facebook group Recruiters Online, Alex Moyle, I don't know him. I don't know if you guys know him, but he started a conversation yesterday morning. I'm looking at it now. It says Facebook group versus LinkedIn group. I'm going to create a group where I can offer ongoing support to those I train and create a learning community for recruiters. LinkedIn is where recruiters live, but the group experience is average. Facebook is a better experience, but not where recruiters hang out all the time. Thoughts? And then there's all these comments.
Right.
You can check it out in Animals group here. And there, I mean, it's really interesting. People are saying, oh yeah, do it in a LinkedIn group. But I haven't seen the engagement in a LinkedIn group. That's what's interesting, right? Because recruiters, they want to use LinkedIn. Some of them, they want to use just LinkedIn. They don't want to use Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah.
But yet, like, the groups are dead. The LinkedIn groups are dead. And I haven't seen an active.
So I manage the HR UK group and it's hit 15,000, and I spend all of this time vetting everybody that comes in. You either have to be a HR recruitment agency, HR software, or in HR, right? Really, really fussy. And I did a mail shot out that should have gone to the 15,000 people. No, they'll probably send it to about 1,000. So you can't even message everybody in the group. You can't even, as the group manager, LinkedIn.
Oh, right.
They have decided who you can get in touch with. So let alone all of the LinkedIn messaging and all this kind of stuff. But on Facebook, where everybody hangs out, you get a notification that something's been added in the group. You don't get that on LinkedIn, so you don't think to go in and look. I'm in 50 groups. I never go in and look.
Well, you used to, it was by email, which was like the worst. Who wants to see every post in your email? Right, and then you get no notifications. It's terrible.
Yeah. So I know what you're saying, Alison, but I bet everybody that's on this call and every recruiter checked into Facebook at some point today, for sure. Because there's 1.71 billion people on there. So it's like.
So how do we get them to want to use Facebook? I mean, I think that's the challenge, is like getting them. I think people don't understand that they can be in a Facebook group. That doesn't mean that they have to be friends with all their coworkers and their boss. They can not be friends with people. They can adjust their privacy settings. So people don't know that. My answer is training. That's what I come back to all the time. Training. We need to educate people.
Come this way, line up, form an orderly queue, happily train you all. But like, it's a no-brainer. I mean, I love it. My client on Thursday last week sends me a one-liner, and all it said, just hired a solicitor from a Facebook message. That was it. That's all she wrote.
Yeah.
And I was over the moon. So I know damn well her recruiter up there, who's just gorgeous, Alison, she's also Alison, another Alison, woohoo, had found this solicitor, sent them a message, and they've hired them from that. And you just couldn't possibly message solicitors on Facebook. Why not? It's all about how you write the message, right? Back to the fight spam.
Yep.
So I love the idea of sending them a little short video, because who's going to resist a Facebook message request with a video? People who post in Facebook groups won't get. So people who post in Facebook groups won't get seen even by their friends not in that group.
Right. People don't get that. See, Michael brings up a good point. He's saying that people that are part of Facebook groups, they are not seen by their friends. Wait.
So if they put a post in the group.
Oh yeah, the post isn't seen by their friends. No, not unless their friends in the group.
Seen. Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Because like when I like to geek out with my like industry friends, like you guys, like I can post that in the group, and like all of my like cousins and my grandma doesn't need to like see that because they're not interested. They don't care.
Yeah. In the group.
But like the people I do care, I go to that group and I talk about it, So I might not like start a conversation on my wall because most of my friends on Facebook don't give a crap. But if I go to like one of my favorite Facebook groups, like if it's Recruiters Online or, the SourceKind group, the employer branding group. I mean, there's lots of groups that I love on Facebook. Then I get around people that are like my tribe. They want to talk about it. And so I just think, I don't know.
Well, I guess the other thing though that you can do, and how I knew about this weirdly is from a client, because my clients add me wherever they want. So they talk to me wherever they want, and that could be on Snapchat, that could be on Instagram, that could be Facebook, and I just accept that's where they want to talk to me as well. So, as a freelancer, I have to be wherever they want. But my client said to me, so have you seen the pictures of me with my shirt off? And I was like, no, thank goodness. Much as he's handsome, I just don't want to see him like that. And because he's like my client, I don't want to, he's my client. And he goes, well, you're not in the inner sanctum. So he has got friend lists. which is exactly what I need to do so that I can.
Oh yeah, I gotta do
You know,
that.
those HR people in Romania who added me want to see my updates. They're happy to see that stuff. I just need to split out my friends and go, okay, my school friends don't really give a shit that I'm doing social recruiting. But, you know, so it's that kind of thing. But I'm definitely going to do it because of the fact that people are wanting to talk to me wherever they're wanting to talk to me, and I don't want to stop them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I think that's but I see a shift. Maybe it's more of a European shift because I don't know. In some ways, the Americans are a little bit more conservative.
And
So-
I'm not seeing that shift yet.
Allison, my current role, I found the job because it was shared on a Facebook group with someone I didn't know at all. So there's,
Yeah.
I can tell people that.
That is a success story.
Mhm.
My last 2 hires, one was from Facebook, one was from Twitter. So like I'm, walking the walk too. And I think it's important to share those stories, to share with recruiters, like you can get hires off of these channels. It's not
You know what, if we even don't want to do the creepy, the pay-per-click though, wow. Yeah, that's really cool. I've been investigating that properly of late. I know we did an earlier show, but wow, now I've gone in and dug in. It's really cool how you can find people like cybersecurity kind of people.
Mm-hmm.
So we are out of time. Can you believe that? My God. We're finally back though.
Yeah.
I potentially have a guest lined up for next week, but I can't announce it yet because he's not confirmed. So it's someone you know as well, by the way, Audra.
Nice.
Alison, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
If people,
Thank
so we
you.
know
This
the
was
Fight
fun.
Spam group, but if people want to get in touch with you, what's the easiest? Add you as a friend on Facebook, I guess.
So you know what? This is good because like I haven't been accepting friend requests from people I don't know on Facebook, but
Neither have I.
maybe I should be doing that. I don't do that.
There are some that I haven't.
Twitter. Yeah, Twitter is Allison A. Cruz, Allison A. Kruse. Oh, I should spell the whole thing. ALLISON A KRUSE on Twitter. Facebook, you can find me on Facebook. I don't know if I'm going to be friends with people I don't know yet. I'm crossing that bridge. I don't know.
What if you have like 60 friends in common? You still don't?
No,
See,
but maybe I should.
I've got one sitting there that's 106 friends in common. I'm like, I've never met you. I don't know what to do. So that's why I'm going to do the list thing, and then I can split it out and just share the really personal stuff to my friends. And
I'm
not.
definitely torn.
It's not going to take long to do it. I haven't got that many friends yet.
I should do that, I guess. I have a lot of friend requests, and I feel bad because I just don't even, if I don't know them, I just don't. That's stupid. Like, I can make lists, I don't know.
There we go. Jim just said, call it an IRL list, an in real life list.
Yeah, it's tough. I have a hard time with that.
Love it. Right. Well, on that note, thank you again. I have no idea how I hang this thing up. I guess I've hit stop broadcasting. We'll work it out. Anyway, thank you so much for being our guinea pig on our new and finally back show.
It was really fun. Thanks for everybody that was listening and chatting. And this was really, really fun. I would definitely do this again. And I would encourage other people to come on the show with you guys. You were fabulous. I loved it.
Well, thank you. We'll see you in January.
Yay. Bye.
Bye.